Hello, I'm Usman Malik, and this video is a short story called "Lady Cataract Comes to the Mosque," and this is for a video for Thought Bubble Digital Comic Con. So here we go. Lady Cataract Comes to the Mosque by Usman T. Malik. At dusk, Father switches the sun off. The skylights turn a deep blue. Night glides across the walls like a curtain. In the sleep niches of the mosque, the dozen hunker down to dream, well before Lady Cataract's arrival. Bina is the first to hit lucidity. In her dream, she mazes through the alleys of Lahore. Except this is the Lahore of the Mughals, the kidney-shaped 16th century city defined by the curve of the Ravi. A living, thriving metropolis filled with Bina's wards, running around, screaming in wonder. So many treasures, so many delights. Shahi tukde, golgappe, pakode, samosa, rasmalai, gulab jamun. The carts are bursting with sweets. Paper kites zip and butterfly across the sky. A teenage couple strolls under a Mughal arch glowing in neon. What else is real in the world, my love, except for your eyes? A half-naked man with gleaming muscles stands in the middle of a street and gestures at his wicker basket. A snake noses its way out, turns into a rope, and wriggles up into the sky. The snake charmer climbs up the rope and hangs from it by the fingertips of one hand. "Come one, come all, come listen to the most marvelous story, my loves," he cries. Inexorably, the children form a circle around the storyteller. Bina REMs the dream around until she stands at Ravi's east bank by the towering structure that is Prince Kamran's 12-doored pavilion. The river has not yet dried. Its young silver belly coils around the walled city like a serpent, and a bridge of boats, hundreds of them, many-colored, lies drifting across it, the only access to Khizri Gate. Bina digs her heels into sand she has magicked into form so many times, and waits. Ramesh loves the mouse town, he always has. He loves the downtown, understated he has told so many, with its mix of modern and 19th century buildings, the Amway, Dr. Phillips. Ramesh skateboards on the sidewalk around Lake Eola, past Rolfonso's kinetic union sculpture with its 30 metal arms twirling gently in the wind, eternal dancers in each other's arms. Sunlight twinkles off the metal, and Ramesh is struck by a high-def memory. A new mother nursing a baby under a maple as swanboats pedal past. He's amazed by the love he feels for this hollow from centuries ago, but there isn't time for study. His wards pour into Lake Eola Park, laughing and pointing at the burst of color that is 100 balloons a man in a Mickey suit has let go. They rise like prayers into the sky. The cotton candy man trills his bell as he bicycles by. Mickey waves and turns his attention back to the children. "So about the haunted castle, my dears," he says. "I'd like to visit the pyramids next time," Ramesh thinks. Yes, I'd like that. Pyramids in the 22nd century after the Big Pan. But a siren is rising in the east. Ramesh grits his teeth and stands tall. Lela chooses Nouveau Paris. She fills it with the haunters of 27 Rue de Fleury, Fitzgerald, Lewis, Joyce, Pound, Papa himself. Gertrude stands at her post in the atelier, covered voluminously with Cézanne's oils, Picasso's sketches, Sadigan's cactus people, and talks of beauty and art to the children. The children, Lala's words, how their eyes shine. They believe in everything, worlds beyond the mosque and its walls, and why shouldn't they? There are cubist rockets, cactus spaceships, spiraling towers and calligrams, and next to all this art tables filled with chocolate eclairs and macaroons and vanilla millefeuille. How jubilantly the children stuff their faces. It's devastating, their glee. Gertrude smiles and fetches a guitar hanging from 2 nails. It's a lovely Selmer acoustic with brass strings. Gertrude begins to play a song that was composed in 1954, long after her death. Aucun regret, non, je n'aurai aucun regret. Leila stands sentinel over the music. Deep beneath the mosque of lucid dreamers, in a vast chamber, Mother sits at the head of the cryo-coffins. Her fingers move quickly on the terminal. Rows upon rows of lights blink on the console, one for each coffin. The children slumber, unperturbed by Mother's subtle environment optimizations. It is almost time. Oleander goes for New Baghdad. Ghalib picks Old Delhi. Jake favors Stalingrad. He has a taste for antique war memories, and so on. 12 dreamers, 12 watchers, the dozens of wards, 100 each, fill the cities with laughter and bellows, their joy untainted by knowledge of fear. A quintessential joy the dreamers cannot remember. Yet they were in the same place too once, weren't they? Similarly free. Protected, they were promised. Told tales of wonder. Sensors suddenly go off in the mosque, ugly sirens shrieking in metal tongues. A shadow darkens the eastern skylights. It falls across the dream skies and landscapes built by the dozen. Lady Cataract has arrived. In the Imam's niche, Father lies prostrated in sajda, hands open, palms up to the heavens. Our Lady of Cataracts, he murmurs, blessed be thy name, sustainer of this world and others. Father is pale, sweat beads on his forehead. Thine will be done, forever and ever. At first a rumble. The foundation of the mosque trembles, then settles. The sirens fall dead, leaving a silence punctuated by clicks and console noise. The children complain in binary. Mother's face is white. Her fingers pick their way across the terminal, a digital guitar of her making. The dozen feel the quickening at their posts, see the shadow spreading like a stain in their skies. They REM around their cities, subtly spreading out their wards at a suitable distance from each other, whisper to the storytellers, each of whom smiles more broadly at the children and speaks with greater flair in more grandiose gestures. Lady Cataract begins to sing. It is an anthem known to the children, to the dozens, to the fathers and mothers. It has been driven into their bone marrow, into their digital consciousness from infancy. As the song floats across the void and through their walls, the listeners see an image. A woman in white, half her face covered with a cross-hatched veil, strolling across endless eons. Her eyes, pink violaceous like distant galaxies, bore through every community's constructs before she begins blinking rapidly. She never stops singing. The half-nude snake charmer doesn't pause when one of the children, giggling at his words, a 7-year-old boy with black curly hair, stops moving. Joy and life seep out of his eyes before the corneas turn white from cataracts. He sways a little. A digital retinoblastoma unfurls like a flower and spiders its way across his brain. Abscesses and boils pop out on the boy's body. The storyteller laughs and gestures to the children to come closer. As they lean in, a hole appears in the ground beneath the boy's feet. Before any of the now contagious lesions has a chance to leap, the hole has swallowed the boy. Bina feels something tumorous in her own throat. She chokes it down. 7 more holes appear in Mughal Lahore. New Baghdad and Novo Paris aren't that lucky. Each suffers about 40 holes. Softly, irrevocably, she walks in beauty across the night. Lady Cataract continues to sing. Her song boomerangs across clusters, tears down mosque and church walls, gouges out herd enclosures, domes and barricades, rips the fabric of dreamscapes. Countless dozens REM their wards into stupor, forgetfulness, and perceived safety as the cull sweeps through them. No screams of pain, mothers make sure of that, but the blankness of a cataract that crescendos towards oblivion. And still the other children dream. Mickey guffaws and draws the children closer. The snake charmer winks at a girl before climbing quickly and disappearing into the clouds, only to reappear as Baloo the bear in a hat, laughing at his own silliness. A banner wafts across the sky of old Delhi. Love is real, buckaroos. Gertrude strums harder. Aucun regret, she sings. Non, je n'aurai aucun regret. The children dream of love and space, and with their dreams, untainted by regret or remembrance, they light another year's fire. Thank you very much. I hope you liked it.